so you didn't catch them all, but they've been looking really impressive. I think Astralis might be a bit too much for them to handle, but I think that they can definitely give us at least a solid enough showing here on these maps, no matter whether it goes 2 or 3. But look at this right now, there's a good bit of damage actually being connected by those Heretics players. Unfortunately, not really connecting on any kills until it is eventually one that comes in from Maka. But with that, of course, the bomb site now falling to Astralis. The bomb will be planted. And Xipix being tagged up fairly heavily, probably won't be re-peeking that player on short, instead drops down with his teammates, and that was perfectly played. They force it all really onto that one player in the spawn. And
be careful here, Astralis, as they go for some quick mid-aggression.
Yeah, immediately re-smoking off the spawn, and should be able to get themselves in towards this split. Navira wants to try and challenge at the door before they can actually close in the distance, and he does unfortunately go straight down. Device deals with XMS on the back of the platform. And this round, unfortunately, being over already. In a 3-on-5, they're just not really going to be looking for that retake. It has been said so many times that I won't say it again, but you know why. Yeah, and this is not the start that Heretics really would have been hoping here for on their own map choice. Getting aggressive around the edge of that smoke there, surprisingly. XMS does get one, and with the damage allows for Navira to go ahead and spam through and go ahead and finish off a player. So again, a little bit of damage being connected with, well, now 3 kills coming in. I was going to say only 2. It wouldn't have been that big of a deal, but yeah, considerable reinvestment already being forced into this next round. And with the bomb down, I mean, if Navira can get this fight against Xipix, if he can find that kill.
For Astralis, they're going to go for this A play.
Looking to commit, Maka's actually going to be sandwiched in, forces the fight against Magisk, and with that regains the long control at least now for them to work with when it does come down to that retake. Unfortunately, Dupree walks out mid, catches Navira coming off that B bomb site, and at this point realizes at most there is just one on the site itself, and then obviously a fairly long rotation needed by Maka back from long, so they're going to try and capitalize on it. XMS playing up close, not immediately being cleared, actually gets the second as well from it, and now it's only Device coming out to trade with the op, will find it. And now he has the one-on-one. A little bit of time at least being delayed for, so there is the op already posted up in towards the spawn. Device realizing that that could be an issue, flashes the cross, but it won't actually be effective in stopping him from getting tagged down. So 44 health remaining, but with both players having ops, it may not be that big of a deal. The bomb now planted, and Device even giving himself the room to cross back over the tunnels.
He's planted up on that position as well, so he can see it pretty clearly from tunnels. As Device moves in, Maka's got some nades to work with. The smoke could be huge here because Device has the AWP. It would be pretty awkward for him to spam the smoke with the AWP right now. There is that smoke for the tunnels, and Device has got to get aggressive here. Maka with a molly on the back of the smoke. That could be it here. He's defusing. Device can't do anything about it. Device moving in, but he's not got the angle. He burns alive, and Maka, without the kit, somehow wins the clutch. Starting to use some nades at mid, and they're starting to set up this mid to B.
Magisk actually catches Navira there towards the door. This gives them a big opening. Again, though, there is XMS in towards the car they have to deal with. Got 2 kills the previous time around that this V-push came in. Unfortunately, not finding anything now, and actually had Lucky attempt to give him the assistance as well, and he goes immediately down. So suddenly it has dropped back into a position where Heretics have the disadvantage to try and claim the retake. Dupree, I don't think it's going to expect Kiyoshima to be coming in so quickly from the spawn. And indeed, despite quickly shifting his attention, he is still taken out before he can react. So a 2-on-2 now, definitely becoming winnable once again. Smoke makes things a little bit more complicated, and I think Kiyoshima's just gone ahead and called it with that, yeah. Backing away, Heretics realizing having only won that one round, their economy obviously still in a very, very shaky spot.
Win that they're looking for. Nade from Lucky does a bit of damage, and he gets the headshot on the follow-up. Lucky looking for more as the fights ensue, but Xipix picks up the trade, and Heretics are going to back away from long.
Oh, Maka. He finds the head of Device, though, jumping up on the Xbox. That's a big find. And although you said Heretics have backed away from long, they still have one player up close on the car, and with Maka shifting back in, I was going to say they could definitely play off of each other. Dupree actually spotting Keo before Maka could peek out. Again, the trade's just continuously going back and forth and not really giving either team control properly of the round. But I do notice now that the bomb is actually being dropped over on long, so that's a massive issue. Astralis needing to retrieve that, of course. Xipix, who's already out long, so we will be joined by Glaive, and I mean a small bit of utility, a smoke and a Molotov, shoulder peeking to see if they could bait out the op shot, and they do indeed, but Maka's not going to miss it. Xipix all alone, knows that first player is still towards the car now as the shot again rattles off, the smoke to try and close into distance and force the one-on-one towards the bomb site, actually does good damage to Navira. 40 seconds remaining. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to count them out because it's Zippix, but it does seem like a very difficult spot to be in. He's actually forcing Navira back a little bit more passive on the bomb site.
Oh, Mac is not...
Yeah, straight out B. A lot of damage done by XMS. He actually only gets one kill before going down, but Navira lines them up at the op. A nice little collateral that definitely helps them out up against this weaker investment. But we do still see Device return in one. A 1-on-3 at this point, his chances of winning the round still going to be relatively slim, but he's even gotten himself a smoke now, so that can let him cross over a molly towards the window, spots Keo. If Keo was to go forward, if he had fallen, at that point the 1-on-2 definitely would have been achievable. Nice little bit of damage though done on the cross. Honestly, I think his main goal right now is to try and at least take down a couple of these players with him. The Molotov, it's just been played really well right now by Heretics, if I'm being honest.
Maybe be Astralis if they've got something ridiculous up their sleeve, but I kind of doubt it. It's just the Glocks taking fights, which are not looking good for them. These are easy shots for the AWPs at range. Maka again getting aggressive, looking very comfortable right here on this map, as you would expect. And Heretics should be able to build up some bank from this round win. All in all, a pretty good start to this game from Heretics, and I'm glad that they've been able to stabilize early and build up some money here, get some round wins early on the board. Slade looks for one kill. It's not going to come his...
Yeah, the execute though going to be coming in. Smoke down towards the corner to ensure any ops around that position will be very limited in what vision they can have. As we can see for now though, there is just one player playing from the ramp, actually connecting quite a bit of damage there as well, I believe, before they eventually manage to drop towards the spawn. The kill stuff still actually so far being found overall by Astralis. Managing to actually go 2 for 1 in the trades, giving themselves the bomb plant, and if Navira doesn't get this kill up close on short, then this retake is pretty much over for the CT side. Oh, Device is actually going to try and hunt and catches him just as he trades out to the pistol, I believe. And yeah, this is done. At this point, you need to save the op over, preferably for Maka, the M4 for in the previous round as well. This time, though, looking to try and recover it from the 4-on-5 might be a little bit more difficult. There is an op towards the corner. This time, the smoke not going down to block off the view either. So Maka was given a small opportunity to try and extend that advantage. Didn't quite connect. The Molotov, though, does some towards Magic. It's not really too substantial. It did at least delay the bomb plant as well. That's kind of the biggest thing. Lucky manages to find one, I believe, from the CT spawn. It was the pre who went down, and yeah, this is not looking too good for Astralis. Heretics have a great spot for the retake. You can see Astralis with that need to take that fight a little bit more aggressively to pull it back in their favor. Not working out too well, as a 1-for-1 is not ideal from this position. Zippix does have the flank, which hasn't been spotted. It allows for one kill to be found, but again, it is all on one man. Glaive left alone, gets 2. Spots the final player as well, not quite able to find the kill, though. It's Maka who comes out clutch. That was a lot closer than I think Heretics would have wanted there in the end. You might see, obviously, Astralis are focused around mid at the moment, just trying to see if they can creep that op out, potentially catch someone peeking around this area. Lucky actually will go ahead of that smoke towards the CT spawn, doesn't get a kill, but does chip away at a few of those players to make it a little bit easier once that split actually comes in from Astralis, if that is the goal. But eventually, as I had said, Kiyoshima with that long aggression is able to pounce unexpectedly. Takes down Glaive, and at that point, I think Astralis were feeling a little bit forced to maybe commit the mid. They do begin to back off now and try and bring it up towards short, but look at this, Kiyoshima is still sticking around. Doesn't really do anything this time, but it's just been a massive distraction. I mean, he's such a nuisance at this point. He lets Navira even pop out and get one. And this is just rumbling for Astralis. Maka gets 2 on short.
Yeah, so well done from Keo, like you said, just to survive there. I think some players might try and go for multiple kills on that first time he pulled the trigger, but Keo knows if he just stays alive, he's going to be such a pain for Astralis. He knows that the T's are going to be very
lucky who's up close, so I don't think he's really going to be catching anyone off guard, although he has creeped up a little bit closer than they may expect. Lucky though, going to deal with it. Nade to follow up as well, that should tag up 2 players quite heavily. Molly immediately down as well, actually gets a kill. There we go, perfect.
Device went jumping away and his body went limp in midair as he got burned alive.
Great view as well for
I know.
Shout out Jakey, I believe we have today. Yeah, it is indeed.
Very nice having Observer Jakey helping us out. Helping us make sure we see all the action. And so far, Heretics have been giving us a lot of that action. They're about to take the lead unless something crazy happens. Lucky about to peek mid. Okay, doesn't land the shots, but eventually connects. And Zipex will also hit the deck.
Plan set in stone, and that's the commit in towards B. Are they going to clear this close corner? XMS actually not able to get the initial double spray down, only to 1. Navira helped them out. The issue is now he's lost Navira and ends up eventually dropping the Glaive as well in that corner. Lucky given at least some time to rotate in because of the 2 kills that they were able to find. But the nades that have come back in from the D side as well, likely to lock them out of the bomb site for the moment. But they're taking their time. They aren't really sure if anyone could have pushed through.
And they don't have much utility left on the Astralis side. They're waiting for the flank though. Device pounces in the back lines, and now Heretics have got to be looking both directions. This is not the best case scenario for them. Astralis grouping up for the B site play. Lucky's got this angle though. Still no nades for the cross, so Lucky could do the damage, but Zipex gets the kill, and Keo gets his head ripped.
Not really going to be able to do a lot about finding any picks immediately, although, hang on, there is a little bit of a gap. This is risky. There's 2 players posted on this, at least finds 1. But that's going to prompt Astralis to go forward, leaving just XMS to try and hold it down. Through the smoke gets 1 and actually decides to trade places. They're hugging, they're kissing. Anything but shooting, apparently. XMS eventually will fulfill what I wanted and go ahead and pick up a couple of headshots. Device all alone.
Oh, well, XMS has finally been dealt with, but he's caused way too much chaos for Astralis in this round. I think Astralis were just not expecting him to be in the smoke there. They were expecting the social distancing to come through, but no, he got in the smoke, he got right up in their faces. And now Device, yeah, he's got to land some shots. Device has to be ballsy here as well with the push, and it's not going to pay off for him. Nivera still.
They are not really going to be taking their time at all with this round, trying to go straight on towards B. It was actually the bomb that was leading the way. It drops immediately. We're seeing already a good few players for the CT side rotated in. It's actually Zipex who's the last line of defense, but only Kiyoshima remaining on the side of Heretics. That was a bit of an awkward battle. Eventually winning it out. Puts the smoke down. That could hold off that player for a little while who's around the mid area. He's not really going to be looking to peek in himself because he does also have Device now beginning to flank back from tunnels. So they have a good setup. They might wait for perhaps the bomb to be planted and see if it's going to be stuck or not at that point. Try and move in together. And yeah, not really going to be budging off that first one. So the bomb will at least be planted. That's a big positive for Keo. The timing is so unfortunate. Just as he moved his crosshair away was when Device actually peeked into that angle. So yeah, the defuse easily going to be found in Astralis. They pick up that second pistol. That's quite important for them considering they went up 4-0 in the first half. And then we still see in Heretics being able to recover that CT side into a very good position.
Keo has bought literally nothing, even though he's got a ton of money. And Astralis here playing at close range. The MP9 should be shredding them. Glaive in the back lines is here to help if necessary. It's the MP9s elsewhere that are likely cleaning up this round. Keo with a Glock is going to... The Device is still here with the Scouts, not the AWP. So, got to be a bit careful of that. They have been slowed down by the counter nades, but it's looking good for Heretics to get that bomb planted until this utility just keeps on coming. And Astralis still have a couple more mollies they could throw onto this site.
Yeah, getting them ready. There's one from Magisk, and nade potentially to follow it up as well. He's going to save it for now. He's like, okay, I'll leave that molly down when they eventually move on to put the bomb in place. I'll toss the nade in. And yeah, that is the hope. I think it's going to be a little bit too early. Another one going over onto the ramp. That one does some pretty decent damage, I do believe. Not able to quite catch it. My hood not showing it when we're in that one, but yeah, I mean, overall, pretty good work by Heretics to eventually get that bomb planted. It's just the Astralis have all 5 players now ready on short, but with 2 MP9s, it is going to be tough for them to close in this distance so those weapons can actually be effective. See the smoke going down towards the spawn now, giving some room for them to begin to push forward, and it's actually Glaive to find that open, and Magisk takes out Nivera over towards the car as well. And this is just falling apart right now for Heretics. Maka doing what he can to recover, but it's not going to be enough. Kiyoshima left alone. There's one from him, but unfortunately with the bomb just being planted in behind the box, there's really not much he can do from long, other than... Device, I mean, with the off, he's the first line of contact. The flash does blind him, but he just waits, gets the time, and Zipex drops the bomb. Device will fall as he swings back in. Keo's doing what he can to recover this round, and that's 2 kills on long. But now he needs Lucky to find success so they can bring that bomb up, and even then crossing is going to be an effort. But with 2 smokes, if they put these down, they actually should have a good opportunity right now in this 2-on-2.
Where's Keo? Oh, he's so slow. 1 smoke, 2 smokes, but he crosses before it. Damage done, but not the kill. The nade might be it, though. 8 health left on Keo. Has he got time? Has he got time? No! Astralis win on time. The kill comes in.
Yeah, they even flashed Dupree back off that angle initially. The smokes being down as well, allowing for them to cross without being spotted. So a lot of ground being covered by Heretics, giving them the bomb plant now. The man disadvantage, as you said, for Astralis with the economy that I had pointed out towards the beginning of this round, it most likely does mean that they may just have to call for the save. Yeah, the smoke's going down. We've seen this already from them a couple times. One on the boxes to allow them to cross over, but also allow them to actually take that fight on towards the player on ramp, giving them the angle. And again, just Device being forced back from this position, not really able to afford to actually stick around, instead backing off towards long. I mean, they can play for this retake, especially if they are to get a quick kill. But if they don't again, I feel like they're just forced into going for the save, and I believe
Wow.
that's what they've already called for, yeah.
Be difficult to deal with. Astralis have held their nades. This could be the counter to the execute that Heretics have been running. 20 seconds, and they still aren't out A long. Finally, they're making their move, but this has to be so fast.
This is pretty much done, if I'm being honest. Dupree even gets a collateral insult to injury. Xyp9x takes down that short push, and it's done. They have to back away. I really don't know if they had time to actually get that bomb onto the site, even if them down. Heretics going back to what worked for them earlier on, but the nade is perfectly timed again. So much damage being dealt out before Heretics are even able to spot anyone. Xyp9x actually continuing to face this with the flash from Glaive. Nearly lined up 2 of them, but has instead just extended them into the 5-on-3 advantage. He's feeling pretty good about that right now. Smoke down, he doesn't really want to risk peeking around that and giving any openings back to Heretics, so they will at least concede the bomb plant. That's one positive for the T-side to take from it, but they're just continuously being chipped away on, and Xyp9x again getting one through the smoke. And there it is, cleaned up, only 1 kill from Kiyoshima throughout that round, 13-10, as Astralis seem like they are beginning to kind of came back just to see that nade again landing at the feet of a couple of players. They've covered some serious distance before we actually see Astralis finding contact. As I said, it doesn't really seem to matter because they've gone ahead and swung this one back around. Maka even getting caught in mid, dropping a smoke at his own feet, I believe, making things a little bit more difficult in that fight against Xyp9x, who does take him down. So Kiyoshima left alone in a 1-on-4. It looks like again Astralis, they do just get back to their winning ways here. And as we pointed out, this is the map choice of Heretics, so not the ideal position for them to be in right now. If they drop this, they're moving on to Inferno, which is a map that they're definitely capable of playing. I mean, as I said, getting Dust to Inferno and Nuke in this one is a good VO for Heretics, but against Astralis, no matter which map you're on, it is going to be a difficult game. Kyo, though, he could have a small chance if he took down the op here over on long, but...
Two-man setup. Xyp9x is waiting at the blue container. They're not going to clear this. Oh, they do. XMS just about gets it. Xyp9x was trying to play the trigger discipline there, and Device is in trouble. There's no way he gets away with anything from this position. Nevera runs him down, and Heretics should have a great chance in this round. Glaive is rotating over to try and hold the A site. And there are a couple of CTs here. 2 quick kills. Bomb drops on the A site, so they have to commit, and Glaive keeps on going. 3 massive kills from the bomb site. And just as it looks like Heretics have found the weakness, have found the way into the round, Astralis shut it down with the full-on rotation, and Maka is stuck saving an AWP. Oh no, the money's not good off. He's all good to go. He doesn't even take that much damage, and the nade does significant damage to Lucky. Heretics taking early damage, losing the opening fight of this round. Feels like everything is going against them here, but they need this round win. They need to do something special.
Something more than special. This is going to be a miracle at this point if they manage to recover this round, especially as Nevera goes down. Device just can't be stopped. He's up to 3. I think he's a little angry that this was such a close game. Nearly gets the collateral to end it, but it looks like he might still have the ace potentially. Glaive, I think, is rushing in to see if he can maybe steal it away from him. They just want to win. That's all that matters. Xyp9x smoked off, was hoping to try and catch one more player as the push was coming in, and may still be able to do so through the smoke, at least delaying for what is a very quick flank up banana right now.
Lots of utility on this pistol round for Astralis. It's a full-on B execute with the Molotovs, and it gets them the bomb down safely. Now they have to play the post plant, though. A second smoke deployed, and the CTs are stuck on banana, but XMS gets the kill from CT spawn. Magis trying to fight his way out of this one alongside Device, but it's not looking likely. Device is run down by all the Heretics players. So even though Astralis' utility gets them onto the bomb site, the post plant isn't out away from the Bison. Or maybe not. He's having to play close, and okay, Kyo's got the Deeg in his hand, and Maka up on the boosted angle gets a kill of his own. Good work from Heretics to come back into this round.
That was fantastic. I did not expect that to work out so well. Kyo just about survived on 1 health and haven't actually been put into the position with a man disadvantage. Dupree was looking to see if he could make the play to pull Astralis back into the round. And when that doesn't work, instead leaving Device and Xyp9x in a difficult 2-on-4. They should know Kiyoshima's quite low over towards the B side of the map. He's actually come in now towards Arch to watch this cross with the AWP. So being on 1 health isn't the biggest the deal when you have that weapon either way, especially when it's Device that you're challenging up against. The up shot not even being able to be rang off at that point, and now it's all on Xyp9x. Eventually gets that 1 kill and gives himself the chance now to move towards B, but Mac is still in position, and he should be aware of this. Oh, the timing. As he took the smoke, it'll be Lucky then who hopes to maybe spam away and see what he can do. Going ahead of the smoke though. Magisk taken down. Lucky just commits to the spray. Gets himself the second off the back of it. The Molotov doing so much damage as well. Eventually eliminating Dupree. And Kiyoshima is still in the back of that bomb site being a nuisance. Eventually falls. But it leaves Zipex in a 1-on-5. Or rather, it's about to be brought over to B again. They line up for Kiyoshima. Only able to get one. The Molotov, I believe, also doing some damage and forcing them forward into the crosshair there as Lucky was holding. And with the smoke still down, XMS has a great position. They have to come through to try and retrieve that bomb, which is dropped on the other side of the smoke. And trying to do so, Mac is given the opportunity to go ahead and snatch away another kill. A smoke down now, so maybe Device can get in there, manage to sneak his way onto the bomb, perhaps even run it back down Banana. But for the moment, I believe just waiting for this wrap injury to spawn from Dupree. Oh, this is just falling apart for Astralis. Dupree left to try and clutch out the 1-on-2, and with XMS peeking over, or with Maka peeking over towards Banana, I believe they have the info, of course, that he's coming in from the CT spawn.
Yeah, it was nice and creative from Maka to get the shot over the smoke there. And Dupree has got the time against him. Oh, Maka is holding the right angle. Triple safe all the way back in CT spawn. So A-Long could be a little bit weak here, especially because Maka could just easily be smoked off at Arch. That's maybe a way for Astralis to try and get a closer range fight, but obviously Maka would communicate that over to his teammates. It's not really looking too good for Astralis here. Smoke for the site. Nevera's got a pretty good angle to deny them, though. Flash comes through. Nevera has spotted the first man. Zipex goes down. XMS in the other angle. Might not be needed. Nevera doing a lot of damage.
Long control, so that's a lot of trouble for them. You can see the wrapping around towards the A-bomb site, and Maka obviously in the pit. He's going to have a tough time holding down all of these angles. Oh, Device, I think, spotting 2 players in the spawn.
Ooh, Maka nearly burns alive, but surely he's done for. Indeed, Dupree rains in fire from above. And Astralis have got themselves onto the A-bomb site, finally looking likely to be their first round win, especially with Heretics backing away. They've made the save call. I think a bit Magisk. Great timing on this fight. Maka's not ready for it. They've also got players wrapping through A-Long, so Nevera has got a whole lot of pressure on him right now. He's got to solo hold this A site, and he's buying time for the rotate. Pushes the apps just at the right time. Magisk caught with a nade in his hands, and here comes the flank from Kiyoshima. Nade to the bomb site. Glaive gets one with the molly, but it's Zipex who's the last man standing. A 1v2 for the clutch player on the Astralis side. Fake taps the bomb again. Lucky not baited into the open. Zipex is going to go for it one more time, and Lucky has managed to get out into the open. Zipex didn't spot.
Towards the A-bomb site. Yeah, here we go. Mac is just waiting. Oh, a little bit of an awkward timing. He throws the Molotov down towards Voiler. Instead, Dupree is able to pounce. But they may not expect Nevera actually goes as he sees the first player. Could have been maybe a little bit more patient there with the trigger. A little bit unfortunate because he will be traded back on by Glaive, but they still have the man advantage. And they also have XMS just hiding in the back of the bomb site, and they have no idea. Zipex! How the hell does he get that kill? All right, jumps up, spins around. Suddenly it's a 2-on-2.
Whoa, is the bomb going B? Surely not. How has he slipped through the cracks? Glaive is getting over to the B site while Zipex gets all the kills over on A. This is outstanding from Astralis, and Zipex is just going to back on out of there. Kyo realizes he's been absolutely baited. That's beautifully done by Zipex as well. He landed some incredible shots. And what does Kyo do at this point?
Honestly, maybe just save. He can drop a weapon in the next round if he could find an op. That would be fantastic. I'm not sure if there's one lying around nearby. I believe Maka's one maybe on the ground somewhere, or was it retrieved? I think that may have been the case. So yes, really saving the AK at this point is the only option. He's found himself a molly.
A execute here from Astralis with 25 seconds left. Here we go. Zipex up close, gets the first kill. Maka in the midst of this smoke with the ult. This is not comfortable for him. Oh no, there's a player close. What is happening? Maka pushes through in the back. He misses again. Maka finally connects. That wasn't the man he was aiming at, but the kills all going the way of Astralis in the midst of the madness. And Heretics will have to save instantly. Maka currently peeking with the USP, and the timing is unbelievably good for him. He gets a free frag onto Zipex. Dupree has managed to move into Boiler while this is happening, but Maka's behind them. Dupree is having to take a pretty uncomfortable fight here in the apartment, and Maka looks for it, but Dupree gets the wallbang headshot he was looking for. That may have saved the round, although Lucky's ult is still on the B site, where Astralis look likely to commit.
If they get this kill though on Nevera, I think it could influence them to move back towards that A-bomb site potentially. But for the moment, they don't really know. Lucky could be anywhere with this weapon. The smoke going down does hit him, but I don't think it gave away the fact he's here. You know, the shot is rattled off and missed. I think most likely that bomb to be retrieved and indeed just sprinted towards A. Glaive's going to go through the smoke. At that point, expecting Lucky to have just begun to back away, thinking that they would have all ran back down Banana. Glaive trying to catch him off guard. It just didn't work out. Again, though, there's not really any options other than saving. If Lucky brings this up over, but they are still, for now, being challenged. They haven't really been able to force these players back out of Banana. And with the Molotov going down, that kind of cuts them off from really getting the help from Lucky, who's back towards the bomb site. Maka decides to go forward, gets wall banged there as he tries to peek in behind the car, taken down through the wooden panel right there. Yeah, that's a tough spot now for Heretics to be in. Kiyoshima is still aggressive, Lucky's still back a little bit more passive, so they're not really in positions to work off of each other as Astralis continue to move forward. But they are slowing it down because of that smoke slightly. He's still in the sandbag, surprisingly.
Oof. Kyo pops up for a quick kill from the sandbags. No nades really left for the CTs, though, at least not on these B players, so he can't fall back to the bomb site. And Glaive is very ready on the angle. Glaive could have gone down at the start of this round, honestly. With all those nades on Banana, if one of them was slightly differently placed, he probably would have been dealt with. But he managed to dodge away from all the mollies, all the nades, and that's why Astralis were able to fight for Banana control so hard and so easily here. And now Heretics are just taking a gamble, stacking this B site with the remaining 3 players. And Astralis with 20 seconds left, the bomb is going A, so it looks almost certain that Astralis are winning this round. Even with that kill from Nevera, the A site is wide open for the taking.
Taking the gamble, which I agree with, because at this point, I mean, they had a 3-on-4, so either they get them come to their bomb site where they are stacked up and they have a chance to win the round, a really good chance, or else it goes A and they're left saving their weapons, which actually gives them a buy in the next round that they towards Banana. The Vice peeking in, kind of lucky to have survived, but I don't think that's going to last very long. The Molotov forcing them out into the crosshair there. Lucky scoped up with the AWP. That is a man advantage here for Heretics, and it looks like Astralis, having lost the player, have decided to go ahead and bring this straight towards this A bomb site. And they've made probably the correct decision with only 2 players here. The issue is, Maka connects that initial shot over towards Long, makes his way back through the Moto smoke that was intended to cut him off, and he just keeps on going. 3 already being found. It's Magisk who's the damage certainly not helping them. Dupree is still looking to pressure around this area. But they've also gone ahead and advanced 2 players finally up towards the top of Banana, so they've got themselves that control and the options if they want to go back towards B. For the moment with the bomb dropped in second mid, I'm not too sure exactly where they want to come in. I think Nade stacking over towards that B side of the map, seeing if they can maybe take someone out with that. Flashing a player in over towards Long, being Dupree, and he does get 1 kill. But going down, it doesn't really obtain them all that much to work with. They know there's another player around Long. I would imagine the hope there was to get that kill so that they could start wrapping into the spawn and split the B bomb site.
And they have no nades, no smoke for CT. If they go B here, they're going to be in a bit of trouble. Because Lucky's got the AWP on this angle. Yeah, they've realized they probably don't want to go B without the smoke. But with 30 seconds left, going back to this A site without top mid control, there is a lot that Astralis have to clear as they make their way onto A. 1 flashbang thrown. That's basically all Astralis have. It's all about running onto the site and predicting the players' positions correctly. XMS fighting from pit, gets the first kill. He gets away with his life, but Magisk finds the refrag. Turned into a 2v2, and Heretics have to go for it. It's the last round of the half, so we'll see what they can do on this retake.
Yeah, no real nades to work with, unfortunately, and Lucky being low, at least having the up can hang back a little bit more. Needs Kiyoshima really the way in towards the bomb site. Magisk actually wasn't watching the long here for Heretics on the T side. I'm actually realizing that that's not a great idea anymore as the rotation had already come in. Instead, all focusing up through short and finding no kills so far. Kyo gets 1. That's it, though. Trying to trade out weapons. He can't find it. And yeah, it's just straight up full SMGs, though, from Astralis. So good chance for them to, obviously, as you said, take down these cavalierless opponents, but also leaves them with the weaker weapons then most likely in the next round. Unless they want to upgrade onto a good few of those players. The Vice gets himself 3 kills to peek around Banana early on and restrict the control for the D side. And now already they have actually rotated back into a standard setup pretty much right now. Magisk keeps playing close to the corner, but that's going to be a tough spot to do anything from with so many players coming around from Long. Indeed, he goes down. Maka also catching the aggression through the Banana smoke from Glaive. It is a little bit of a bonus round overall. Apart from the Vice, obviously, as we said, went for the M4 had to after going down before. Vera almost caught in the corner, actually does go down. It looked like he himself should have had that. Dupree's in a great position where he can still have quite a lot of impact. This is a bit scary. He actually hears them beginning to run back down mid, and that's allowed for Zipex to go position himself now. Or maybe not. Dupree's actually stopped the bomb. Long range MP9 looking for more. The CZ comes out. Will he be able to finish it? There we go. It's only Keo left. He gets himself one, but Zipex has already came around through Banana, and I don't think he's going to expect that.
Oh no, he's got his back turned.
He has no idea. Yeah, doesn't expect it at all. Close on short. They could potentially overwhelm the player towards the pit as well, and with that, maybe get the bomb planted, boost up their own buy a bit in this next round, and yeah, there you go. The Eagle of Navira actually takes down the Vice quickly. Free with the nade, finishes off one player. Lucky who fell. Navira, though, going to follow up, and despite not getting the kill, did help out a little bit with the damage there for Kiyoshima. So it gives them the bomb plant. I mean, that wasn't really too expected, to be fair. 2 kills, a bomb plant. There wasn't a lot of investment in that round, so I think Heretics can be pretty happy with how that actually went down. But the issue is they've given the lead back over. They've seen now for quite a few rounds in a row from Astralis. They definitely want to keep it, especially over towards Banana with this playstyle. Zipex is able to find 2. That Molotov just makes it so difficult for them to try and trade. And although they do eventually get one, Navira immediately burns alive. Suddenly, Mac is left in a 1-on-4. I mean, this round has barely begun and already it is over. Running in through that Molotov down to 66, losing a third of his HP. Not making it any easier for him up against 4. And with that smoke at the bottom of Banana, he doesn't know if anyone could have already gotten themselves up close. And as we can see, that is the case.
Astralis are going to be fine for the time being. They've still got nades as well, which can slow this down. And here we go. Heretics commit to the B play. Oh, nades out. Okay, Zipex somehow stays alive. And the nades are out in time for Astralis. They're locking down this B bomb site. Clay switches for a Tech 9, and Navera's just sitting in this smoke. Not really with much of a chance, but maybe there's something that he can do. Nope, the answer's no. Glaive gets a Tech 9 kill, and this round's done.
Yeah, Keo in a 1-on-5. I'm not fancying his chances of being able to win this.
Move into the A-bomb site. Smoke's deployed, and Dupree is the solo holder, tapping, but he can't connect any of these shots. He does some damage to XMS, but it's nowhere near enough. Even with Glaive getting one through the smoke, it isn't going to happen for them. Astralis have to call off this round. They have to save. They've got loads of six, all on Banana, setting up this B play.
Glaive, though, who's already posted it up on the up, holding for that peak to come in, and it is Maka who he finds trying to come around the corner. Has the help of Zipex as well on towards construction, and already the help as well from Dupree, who's beginning to rotate into the spawn. Zipex flashed in to take the peak for himself. The op posted up from Glaive. Astralis haven't begun to rotate. They definitely will now that they've spotted the bomb coming up close. The Vice finds one immediately. Magisk as well going to be able to frag in, and the Vice falling back on the bomb site. Gets up on the box safely with the Tech 9. Drops Navira.
Actually, XMS's freedom is used to peek down mid, where Glaive was ready for it. Dupree doesn't get that kill. Glaive steals it away, but the AWP is doing all the work necessary so far. Dupree goes back for more. He finally gets the kill he was waiting for, and Zipex also pushes down B. I think you can see at this point, Astralis just so comfortable. They're getting aggressive.
Ready. They have good positions to try and hold this one. Coming around long. The Vice is the first man to fall, but Glaive has the AWP, and he gets the help of Magisk. It may not be quite enough. Now he's in a pretty tough spot being trapped around Moto, and indeed being peeked from up on the balcony. We're actually seeing Heretics claiming control of the bomb site.
Zipex, if he deploys this nade in the right spot, could maybe have a chance. It's unlikely, but here comes the Molotov to the site. There are 2 players low on health. Is this going to do enough? The nade to follow is about to be deployed. Nope, never mind. He thinks better of it. That might call the save. That might signal the save call from Zipex.
Glaive now trapped around the sandbags, needs some support. The Molotov at least delays a small bit. And as Navira comes around the edge of the smoke, I was going to say he should be a sit-and duck, but apparently not. Now it's Magisk who's left alone on this B side of the map, and he just wants to continue aggressing. Gets legged by the op of Maka. Nearly actually managed to find the kill either way, but did take down Navira, keeping them in with a pretty solid fighting chance considering the health on 2 of these Heretics players.
Oh no, the nade. Oh dear. Maka gets away from it. I thought he was a dead man, but he just about dodges away from the nade. He's down to 6 health. In the meantime, Dupree is just sitting back on the A site. And Device is rotated over to A. A bit of a risk taken by Astralis here, hoping that they can get the right read on the situation because they're down in numbers. And you can see Device currently has the pistol in his hand, so he seems somewhat aware that some of these players may be low on health, or maybe he just wants the ability to connect onto multiple players with that dig. Either way, it's not going to be relevant because Heretics are executing onto the B bomb site and Astralis have no one here to meet them.
Yeah, I mean, the save doesn't harm them if they do go for it, although you see quickly rotating in. Yeah, Device going straight up banana with 2 of them low. As you said, maybe knowing that Device has been just has gone ahead and just pulled out the deagle for himself as he moves forward, so there was certainly some hope. Makado posted up on the corner, shuts down the banana flank pretty quickly, and Dupree hadn't even really left the A bomb site, so that's why I was wondering why exactly back over towards A. And for the moment, the Astralis haven't really gone for any crazy gambles themselves, just keeping 2 towards either bomb site, so this is going to be quite difficult for them to hold. 1 towards the graveyard being Dupree. Okay, pops up just as Kiyoshima comes around the corner. Got a nade onto Maka as well. That should finish him off. That's the bomb. They're going to have to spend a bit of time going and retrieving that now.
That's a huge kill. Maka going down and they're not moving. Well, they're moving back to the apartments to get that bomb, but Dupree has still got this angle. He is picking them apart in this round, and Lucky is trying to wrap round, but he's the last man standing. He's got to get the bomb in a 1v3. There's so little time. 15 seconds. You've got to go, buddy. You've got to go. It's the last round. You have to try this, Lucky. He doesn't like his chances, though. He's finally moving in, and Dupree will take it away with the ace. Well worked by Dupree at the ends there, shutting